There's minimal movement, probably can't even tell, but this edge just opened up just a little bit. Hopefully that'll make that filter a little bit more easier to remove. I don't want it super loose. It's kind of why I'm bending these little tangs to give it a little bit more, to have just a little bit of pressure on it. That's all it needs. Doesn't need a lot, because when the fans are on, the fans are sucking and blowing outwards, so it's going to immediately suck the filter into itself. So.
In audio.
And that side is done. Now, it's the same as the other side. Looking good. Next thing I'll do is I'll go get my computer and to get ready to cut the top slats out, get those cleaned up, and get the holes dimple dyed, set those in there while I mentally figure out how I'm going to wire this up. Alright, so I already got the sheet on there. I got it squared up. Took a square, squared it up at the table, laid it on the sheet, squared it up. Pretty simple, right? Now, this sheet is 11¼ inches wide from this inner circle right here. So I'm setting the my X value, my X0, inside of that, so I know when I go to cut the sheet, my sheet's I think 10½ inches wide is what I got it, what I need, my part. I'll have enough room to make sure that I don't go off that side. I hope that makes sense. Sheet cam, I've noticed there's no offset where you have the part at on the sheet in sheet cam. That's where it starts. So I set my X value inside of that circle right there. I don't know if you can see, but that is pretty close, just inside. And they're all the way even down because I cut this on the CNC before, so I know it's all even. I know my sheet's straight, so I should be able to cut both parts right there. Now, I could have done it the other way and just lined it up with this edge too, and it should have been fine. It's just the way I put the sheet on there, and I thought that this would be a good teaching point to, like, if you want to save material, utilizing your material the most you possibly can by doing this, you can do that. Now, so that's my X. So now I just bring it down to set my Y. Get it close to the edge, good to go. Go set my XY, and then we'll fire her up. Helps if you turn the plasma cutter on. Just FYI. those came out pretty damn nice. Like that's hardly any dross. Like that'll come off super easy. Clean this up, sand it down, bend it up, throw it in the grinding table. All right, this right here is exactly why I'm building this table. I gotta grind everything that comes off the plasma table. Needs ground down and cleaned up, all the stuff taken off of it. And then I like to sand and clean my metal. And this stuff goes everywhere. So with the table, I'll be on the table, and hopefully the fans will draw all the dust down into the cabinet and blow fresh air out because I got all the filters in there. So got some soap to go onto the grinding disc for some lubrication so it doesn't clog that up. I'll grind off all the big stuff, and then I'll sand it down with my orbital sander and get a nice texture look on it, get it all clean, make sure it's all smooth and clean, and then I'll take it over, dimple dye my holes, all my big holes, and then I will bend my flanges on the industrial press brake. So let's get started. Alright, done grinding all 5 plates. Now look at this mess. Shit's all over the place. It's all over the floor. It's all over. So now I gotta clean that all up. Waste of time cleaning it all up. Imagine if it was on the grinding table and it all got sucked down in there, and I'd have minimal cleanup, if any at all. So that's the goal. That's what we're hoping for. Minimize cleanup. Don't have this shit all over the shop, all over my equipment, all over my tools, going in my lungs. So that's the goal. Up straight. Bend all the way for this one, because this is the 140-degree bend. See that bend? The press brake that I got, the Tommy Industrial, with the tooling that I have, it's not set up to do a bend like that. There is tooling that they make for those. It's very expensive. That's why I haven't bought it yet. But another reason I haven't bought it yet is because I got this one. I typically only do sheet metal with this and bending this stuff. If I'm gonna go more than 90 on thick stuff, I haven't done that. I haven't had to bend more than 90 on thicker stuff yet. So if that time comes, hopefully I'll have a little bit more income and I will buy the tooling for that. But until then, this works just fine. Set this up. See, I've got my lines lined up on the marks on the bend spot. Now I take some of my fingers, put them in here, and these fingers attach with these little pins and little holes, so they are all lined up perfectly, so you know it's straight. Just line them up. That one don't have a damn pin. That's not gonna work. that one. One thing I like about this magnetic brake is that I can use anything that's magnetic on this surface as a top die. If I wanted to round bend, I can take a piece of pipe, steel pipe, lay it across here, and bend around that radius if I wanted to. This bend needs to be 40 degrees, so we're gonna use my handy dandy angle finder and start bending. Not quite. God dang. Magnetic likes to hold. Even after it's turned off. A little bit more. See, so I can sneak up on my bends. Now, this thing does have indicator right here down on the handle, but I've noticed that it's not very accurate, so I try and just sneak up on them and use the angle finder. Seems to work better for me. The indicator's close, but it's not all that accurate. Boom. I don't know if you can see that, but that is about perfect. So now I will take it all out and go see if it fits into the table. Fingers crossed. and get started. All right, got the mat on it. It's gonna work. This thing is almost done. All I gotta do is put the back panel on. I gotta notch it for the for my 2 cords. Gotta notch it for the power cords. Put the back panel on, and then figure out what I'm gonna do for wiring. And then the last thing after that is to put some retractable sides on it, so where that if I'm grinding this way and I got a side right here that'll stop the grinding sparks and crap, keep it here contained, and those will be retractable. I'll put latches so where it can fold down on hinges in case I have something long. But for the most part, this thing is done. I will get the back panel on, get it finished up, start using it, and show you guys how it works. Alright, let's do an overview of my downdraft table. I got it completed, been using it for a couple months now. I think it turned out awesome. Look at all the crap down there. Like all that's dust and grinding crap that could have been on the floor or in my lungs. It's pretty quiet. It's plugged in right now and I can barely hear it. I got a fan blowing out over here, a fan blowing on this side. I had it sitting right here, but I couldn't really use it. I had to move the weld table and stuff. I put casters on my weld table, moved it around, but if I need to, when I go to clean this out, I can just pull it out. You can look back there and see I got this bottom panel in. This panel will just pop out and I'll be able to clean on the inside of everything. I've been testing this out, just plugged it in. I would, after using it for a couple months, I would like to put a switch on it. Just wire up a switch so it's always plugged in. I can just come in, hit the switch, because to turn it off, you gotta unplug it, and then this hangs over. It works, and then I made it to where it is the exact same level as my weld table. So without the fender here, I can lay this thing down and it's the same exact height as the weld table, so I can do longer pieces, stuff. But yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I don't really know what else I would have done except for maybe put casters on or locking casters on it, and on and off switch. But yeah, other than that, like, I think it works awesome. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, hit that notification button if you want to see some more content.